Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode about the LEGO Train Automated Container Terminal. It has been a while, and that's because I've been busy working on some other stuff, but also on the passenger train side of things. I installed a bridge that you see in the back, and I installed that for the passengers to go from one track to the other. I installed also lighting inside the Dutch blue yellow train. There was already some lighting inside, but I changed it to a system that keeps the lighting on when the train has stopped, and it's based on the battery, and when the train is riding around the battery is charged, and that way it can keep up with the energy needs when it stops. Furthermore, I also adjusted the nose on the yellow train, and so that part is now done. The only thing that needs to be done there is the automation part, as I want the trains to automatically start and stop, change tracks, stuff like that. So I need to add that to that system. Furthermore, I've been busy with the monorail maintenance shed, and I have connected all the hardware, all the sensors and all the actuators that are needed to actually make a automated monorail change. So that means that the overall control over there decides that it's time to send a monorail into maintenance. So it flips that switch over there, and then it will go through there, and then it ends up with this switch over here, and then it decides, the controller of the maintenance shed decides to put it on the outside track or the inside track. But first I had to check if everything worked correctly. So if I enable the power, there's still a duration test program, and what it basically does, it checks if everything works and keeps working. So it has been doing this for like 1 hour. It's kind of music, and because of the servos, they're a bit noisy. I had some trouble with it, didn't get to work properly, and that was because I installed let me just make it stop. So I installed a 5-volt regulator with too less power. There are some servos over here for the valves and also for the start and stop sequence of the come on, focus man, of the monorail. So I installed a wrong 5-volt regulator, didn't have enough power. So took me some time to figure that one out. So some servos didn't work correctly. At least one servo didn't work correctly, so I replaced it with another one. That one did work correctly then, but then another one started to do crazy stuff, and I was like, how is this even possible? And I started measuring things, and I saw the voltage drop, and I knew, alright, the 5-volt regulator can't handle these kind of servos at the same time. So I changed that. There's now some more power inside the shed, the control shed, which is this one here. And let's see a close-up of this one. So this is the control shed that controls the maintenance shed. So there are multiple sheds in this layout. And as you can see, there's the Arduino sitting here. I got a motor controller in here that I'm not using right now. But I want to have some versatility, as I want to use this shed in multiple configurations in other projects as well. There's the 5-volt regulator, the new one. This is the old one, and so I installed a new one. And there are some valves over here that are connected to the Arduino. So that's about it for the control shed. So we're gonna do something funny now, and I've written a program, and I haven't tested it yet. And that's the nice part of these kind of videos. We're gonna see if it all works or not. So I wanted to design a maintenance shed that didn't have any communication with the overall control or the cranes or whatever. I needed to make a system that controls itself. So what it basically does is the overall control that decides if there's a monorail going to the shed or not. And that's not up to the shed. So what basically happens now is that the shed is just waiting until a monorail arrives. And when it arrives, it sends the other monorail back. So there's always at the start one monorail inside or outside the shed. I got 2 tracks here, and I can detect where it is by this sensor over here or this sensor over here. And based on that, it just flips the switch in the track to the empty track of the shed, and it just waits. It waits until the sensor detects that the second monorail has arrived, and at that point it knows that it can send out the monorail that was already in here or outside here. So in that case, the monorail is sent back, and the overall control sees that also by a sensor, and then it's back to normal. So the overall control flips that switch over there to straight again, and then the whole cycle of moving containers can start again. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna clean up the tracks here a bit, install 2 monorail trains, and let's see what happens. All right, so I have 1 monorail on track 2 of the shed. I got 1 monorail over there. I'm not involving the overall control. I'm just doing it manually to test the software. It's much easier like that. So I'm gonna manually enable that monorail, and then we'll see what happens. So we're gonna power it up. Okay, it goes into the side track. I don't know why, actually. Let's have a look. Oh dear, there's a red light. That's not good. So I installed a light over here, and it's red when there's a problem, and it's green when it's going to like it's supposed to. So it's now, the program is in a state that it shouldn't be in. And that could be, for example, that it doesn't detect the monorail. Yeah, I think that's it. If I'm looking here, I don't see a red light on the sensor. Let's see. Ah, here it goes. Now you see the red light on the sensor, and you heard that the track has been switched to the main track, what you see here. So the sensor is doing not very well. I think it's too low. It only gets the corner and nothing else. So I'm gonna move it a bit upward, see if that works. Alright, I installed the sensor 1 plate, or no, 1 plate higher, 2 plates, no, 1 plate higher, and that did the trick. It's now continuously activated when the monorail is present. So I'm gonna need to position this monorail correctly. Gonna press the reset button on the Arduino. Let's see what it does. Look, we have a green light now. It's seeing this sensor. It didn't move the track because it needs to point at the empty track, and that's exactly what it is doing right now. So what I'm going to do now is going to enable the monorail here and see how the system reacts. So I'm going to press the button here. It enters the station. It stops. Well, it did something. Now it's in a loop because there's not a delay. It's not enabling the thing. So it should be a bit more like this. And there we go. Oops. We still have a crash here. This doesn't look good. I'm gonna check it out. The principle is alright, but yeah, it's not working correctly yet. Alright, second try. I've given the program a bit more time to react. So let's enable the power. And we have a green light. And it's now in the waiting position for the monorail to arrive, which is on the correct track. So we're gonna enable this monorail, and yeah, like I said, I built in a few delays to make it a bit less critical timing wise. This one goes in, that one is stopped. It is not disabled, and that one is disabled. Here we go. What happens here? It stopped. Why? Yeah, it still wants to start the system as he's saying this monorail here, but I do not know why it stopped. I think it's mechanical. I'll have a look. Well, it has stopped because it's not in the right track. As you can see here, there's a little lever inside here that you see one here as well, and when it's popped up and the monorail comes around, it pushes it down so the track automatically goes in the right position. But since I'm activating it with the pneumatic cylinder, it keeps it in this position. That's why it bumped into the lever and didn't continue. So that seems like a software problem, as it didn't switch the track. So I'm gonna fix that. Alright, so I've forgotten to enter the code that it needs to set the switch to the correct position. So I've done that, and now it should work just fine. There was one problem still with the monorail not being disabled inside the shed. It has to do with the pneumatic cylinder that probably isn't aligned with the monorail, but we'll have a look at that later. We're now going to enable the power. I've made a remote control for that. Much easier to control the power, otherwise I need to walk around the table all the time to the power supply over there. So let's see, I'm enabling the power. And we have a green light inside the control shed. It is on the right position, the track for receiving a monorail. So we're going to enable the monorail and see how it goes. Goes inside. It's now properly being disabled this time. It switches the tracks, and here we go. Alright, so this worked like a charm. Now let's see the other way around. This one enters the station on the side track, and see how that works. So it's still on the side track. There we go. Switching it off, switching the tracks, switching on the monorail, and here we go. Perfect. Alright, so it works like a charm. So I'm very happy with that. Maybe sometimes it doesn't get disabled at the right time or something like that. Maybe once in 10 times, or maybe I can live with that. If not, I'm going to change it. For now, I'm going to leave it like that. It's not a very big issue. So, alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. The next episode. Yeah, what's going to be in the next episode? I don't know yet. Yeah, maybe we got this working. I need to incorporate that switch in the tracks, in the monorail tracks, still into the overall control. And as you can see, I've also been busy here with cabling and stuff. Ah yeah, that's what I need to do first. You see a bunch of cables over there. Those cables are from the main control, which is in this building over here, and they run all the way through here, through here, all the way to there. When there's still a loose bunch of cables. I need to connect them to the red crane. So I have already connected the communication to the blue crane. That is already in place, but the communication between the overall control and the red crane is not there yet. So that's what we're gonna do next episode. Gonna be a bit of a complex one, I guess. But when that is done, basically everything is wired and set to go, I believe. So that will be a cheerful thing. Oh no, I need to automate the passenger trains yet. Alright, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Take a look at my main channel. I'm posting reels also of this system so now and then. So have a look and hope to see you next time. Bye!